square business. I ain't never finished, always by my business. Square business, hustling and pimping, true to my religion. Square business, I be spitting vicious. Do you see my vision? Square business, never waste a minute on a money mission. On a money making mission, homie, we ain't wasting time. Two beats up on the instrumental, made me wanna rhyme. It's been a young little dugger, but ain't never been a slime. See the popos pull up, we ain't never dropping down. I stay flat on 10 toes, cause I'm about my business. I can't never trust these hoes, cause they think they can finesse. No stress, you can see I'm blessed, even though I ain't never getting no rest. So complex when it come to my flex, everybody they be staring, they be looking impressed. I stay on my feet, Loco and PG, make me who I be when you in the streets.
It's your boy at Freak, Trap House Booming 24/7. We have a special episode here today. You know why? Because today we are at District Market Greengrocer. I have a special guest here with me today, Mr. Robert. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, brother. Thanks
Most
for having me.
definitely. This is special to me because I'm on my journey of just supporting black businesses. I really just think that's very important right now more than ever. You know, we black people as a whole, we've been fighting this journey for a very, very long time. And for some reason, I don't know why, it's like we can't get it together. But at the same time, when we do try to get it together, it's just obstacles that we got to go through. And I feel like it's very unnecessary. Like, where's our pride as people? You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is what this episode is about. And I appreciate you for letting me come to your store, shop, and just even doing this interview.
Appreciate it.
Most definitely. So, I want to start off of, where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York?
Yes, sir.
Man, Brooklyn in the house. That's the Mecca, man. Y'all better
It's my
respect
hometown,
it.
man.
Yeah, how often do you go back?
It's been a few years since I've been back, especially since pandemic. I say it's been about maybe 5-6 years since I've been in New York.
So you grew up there at like your childhood,
Childhood, yes, in Brooklyn. Went to school there all the way up to high school.
all the way up to high school.
Yeah.
Then where'd you move to after that?
After that, I started to migrate down south.
Down south.
Went to Georgia, Atlanta.
Sounds like me.
Yep. Started migrating around, moving around, trying to find my niche in life. You know.
Most definitely, yeah. Okay. And how old are you, sir?
46.
46 years old. That's young. Very young. Very young. You got like a lot of life to live.
Got more life in me for sure.
Okay. So when did you start this business?
I started this business 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you come up with the name of it?
Well, the name of my club was District 1960.
Okay. So you had a club before this market.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how was that going? Like, why did you choose to transition from a club to a marketplace?
Clubs were shut down during the pandemic.
Okay.
We were considered non-essential. So that caused me to pivot into something else, which is essential.
Right. Because
Very
people
essential.
need to eat.
People must eat.
Most
Yes.
definitely. But we don't need the party.
No, not as much as you need to eat.
Facts. Most definitely. What inspired you? Because it's a lot of essential things you can do out here in the
Yeah.
world. You can have a tire shop. People need tires.
That's true.
What made you go into the food route? What inspired you to do that?
Food. Food to me is important because that's what we must have to survive.
Right.
Food determines what kind of life you live. You know, if you eat bad, you live a bad life.
Facts.
When you're more healthy and you're eating proper foods, you just have a better life that way. Health is wealth. So I seen that it was 5 birds maybe I could kill with one big stone.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I could become essential. I could provide good food to the community. And I could be some assistance with knowledge and good food to my own people.
Okay.
So I figured that's main influences that made me pick this route right here.
Yeah, because as I was shopping, I seen a lot of vegan.
Right.
So I see you pinpoint on a lot of vegan stuff and a lot of healthy food and stuff like that. Is that what you're going to be offering? Is that your main offer that you have to give to people? Or is it more like you're just going to put anything on the shelf? Or are you specific, like we're going the health route?
I'm very specific, but I still leave people with the choice, with the power of choice.
Yes.
I have M&Ms and Kit Kats in here.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Sometimes people feel to eat like that, and sometimes it might be okay every blue moon to treat your body to something you just mentally desire.
Yes.
But for the most part, there's things to try to help people.
Most definitely.
You know, and it's not all vegan to have some beef and chicken, but a lot of it is vegan. I cater to the vegans a lot.
Mm.
Yes.
Y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Afreet. Thank you for tuning in to Trap House Booming 24/7. And you see what's going on, man. Mo Gutter from head to toe. You feel what I'm saying? We got the hats right here. We got the hoodies. We got the track pants. You feel what I'm saying? We got them on display. We got all type of flavors for you. You can get that at mogutter.com. The link and descriptions are on below. mogutter.com. MOGUDAH. You did.
So you heard that? If you vegan, you don't have no excuses. Make sure you come down to the market.
Yes.
Most definitely. And I'm sure you did your research on marketplaces and stuff like that before you even went into this business. Basically, I want to ask, who inspired you?
To open up a market.
Yeah. And do you get inspired each day as you move on?
To open up the market, I'm going to tell you, I didn't have no inspiration to do it.
Mm-hmm.
From a person, that is. Okay? The inspiration came from my people. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's who inspired me. Going around the streets and seeing them out in the streets selling products, knowing that some of them do desire to have their products on the shelf. That's my main inspiration that came from me wanting to be a part of the solution.
Yes, sir.
That's the main driving force. Someone has to do something about some of the things that's happening amongst the black community. And I
Right.
wanted to be part of that, man. That's the main driving inspiration for me. I want to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
And not just talking. I
Yeah.
want to do something.
Yeah.
I figured let me do something, because everyone's talking. You know what I mean? Which is okay to talk.
Yeah.
But eventually you have to put things into action if we expect change.
Where did that passion come from? Was that as far as being determined to help your people? Because a lot of people feel like you're wasting your time. Like, that's what I get from a lot of people, and it usually be black people. It don't even be from other races,
Right.
which is so crazy to me. It's like, where's our pride, like I said before? Where did that come from in you? Because not a lot of people desire
To do that because it's
Exactly.
a hard task.
Mm-hmm.
Man, kind of just through seeing things, to be honest with you, through time. My club, I have black people coming in here all the time. In the pandemic, we all isolated in a house. It gave us a lot of time to think.
Yes.
The pandemic did a lot of things for people, some good, some bad. But what it did to me, it gave me a chance to really sit back and look like, man, look at what's really going on in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The medical attention that's being offered to this ethnic group, in opposed to our black people, like you can just see that the offset of the balance is really there, and you don't get to see it entirely how it's really affecting us until you stop. Like the pandemic didn't look where you could, all your attention went on it. You know what I mean? George Floyd happened, everybody woke up and then went right back to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay? The pandemic woke me up and I ain't go back yet. The pandemic did that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a chance to stop and look and like,
Yeah. I think a lot of people felt that way, but like you said, they just went back into the matrix.
they went back into the matrix. Good analogy. Yes,
Mhm.
they went back off into the norm of what they say of people functioning every day, regardless of how it's going to affect us in the future. It's like no one cares.
Went back to what's comfortable.
What's comfortable.
And let me tell y'all, it takes me about 50 minutes to get here, but
Wow.
yeah, it takes me about 50. I'm on the Southwest.
Okay.
But I have to make that sacrifice. Like I want people to understand, man, we have to make sacrifices, not for us, but for our children. We need to put that pride in our children. So that's what made me come out here, man. It don't even matter to drive. Like sometimes it does matter,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You gotta
Depending
save
on
the
the reason.
time.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I always have this story in my mind.
Okay.
hmm
Okay.
So you said you are the first black-owned grocery store?
Well, they told me.
Okay.
They told me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from New York City. Houston Chronicles reached out to me and said, Mr. Thomas, are you aware that you're the first black person? I told them, absolutely not. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about how to pivot in business and be of some use to the community. That's all that was really in my mind, not to be the first to do anything.
Right.
Yes.
I'm from Maryland, by the way.
Okay.
So growing up, I had uncles, like even from a child, I know we always used to go to African markets and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Even till now, like they got like 3 big African markets. They got more than 3. They got a lot of them.
Yeah, they have expanded.
Yep. Would you differentiate black business from an African business?
Not at all.
You would consider that to be still in the same category?
We are Africans.
Yeah, most definitely.
If you're black, man, you're African.
Right.
Because that's where that race of creed of people, that's where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Most black people that are in America or throughout the Caribbean came from West Africa.
Right.
12 million slaves were estimated to come from West Africa alone. A lot of that is us. We all the same people.
Yeah. That's how
Now,
I always feel.
We, from us being separated and living in different environments, it causes us to develop different cultures.
Yes.
But I don't mean we're not the same people.
Most definitely.
We just have different cultural differences, meaning we might eat different. This person has a different slang. This person dresses different. But we all the same people from the same place.
Yes, sir. Because you have some people, and I believe it's true, but I just feel like there is a gray area line in there when they said, well, my bloodline come from the people that was already in this land, which is the Indians.
Okay.
Some black people like to claim that as well. They like, I'm not African. My peoples came from here, right here in this soil.
Right.
Do you believe that to be true?
Well, it just depends. Because if they were born from people that were here and they were black, then they came from Africa too.
Right. At the end of the day.
Right. If you black, civilization started in somewhere.
That's a
In
fact.
the beginning of it, the oldest bones that ever be found in the world were found in Ethiopia. It was a woman, and they called the bones Lucy.
That's my
This
grandmother's
is it.
name.
Right. This is it. This is in Ethiopia. That's Africa.
Right.
So if you were born here from the blacks that were already here before this, Western world was created, you're still from Africa.
Right. So it's safe to say that even white people are Africans.
I mean, if you're gonna go all the way back to when civilization started,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had to come from a source. Science shows that Africa is where civilization started, and the people who were born there were dark. Okay, they might have a different science that they want to bring forward, but from my knowledge, from what I know,
Yes,
we
sir.
all are the same people. It's through separation and segregation that made things change. People could be born different. You and your wife maybe could get together and have an albino baby, born with no melanin in their skin. That's a white person.
So
So that can cause a separation because of the different, you darker than me.
facts.
Okay, things like that cause a separation,
Yeah.
and that's how it started.
It's crazy because I don't like separation. Like, all right, so let me give you an example. Growing up, I'm from Maryland, right? I'm from the Washington D.C. side of Maryland.
Okay.
Like literally 7 minutes down the street is Washington D.C. Then you got Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore County for like 2 years or something like that.
Okay.
For a long time, they had beef
Okay.
because it was 2 different cultures. But for me, when I go to different cultures, I embrace it
Right.
and I love it.
Yes.
But for some reason, it's just like when black people get together and they got 2 different cultures, it always got to be some type of
gonna
conflict.
be some type of
Like, nah, we're better than y'all. Stuff like that.
That's
and
how
I don't like that for our people.
It's always been that way, though.
Yeah, it's always been that way,
It's
huh?
always been that way.
Yeah.
That's how slavery started in the first place, from that same concept. A lot of people blame white people for the slavery, but they're not the ones to blame. They were not the actual people to start the slave trade. Was a West African person and a person from Portugal. They started the trading of the slaves. Okay, Portugal and the British go to war. the British defeat Portugal, takes over the slave trade. It's already in motion. You have black guys in West Africa that have beef with other tribes.
Right.
They're going to capture their ops and sell them.
Mm.
And here we have us now. We did that to ourselves.
Man.
We did it to ourselves. People were selling, we would capture their mother and send them off.
That's
That
crazy.
division has always been there amongst our own people.
Mm.
I hate to say it, but it's. Let me show you. They start bringing it out. You ever seen the movie Woman King?
No, I actually
Go
went
see
to
it.
go
You
watch
seen
Black
it?
Panther.
You seen that? Yeah. You need to go watch that.
Okay.
You need to go watch
Definitely
Woman King.
will.
You'll see the Portuguese and the Africans are trading slaves, and they're telling them, "Don't worry, I'll get your shipment." And they're going to go capture these women and use them and trade them off. They go around the different villages capturing them, putting them off into the slave trade.
Wow.
Trade the slaves for weapons so they can be more powerful amongst the other tribes. Is we did that to ourselves. So now we in this modern world and we asking this white government to give us some type of retribution or a chance. They looking at us like we crazy
Yeah.
because we could just give ourselves a chance.
Yeah, facts. We have $1 trillion spending power, and we don't use
They're
it.
looking at us like we crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not a secret. We traded ourselves off into this right here. The way we live is what we made. We did this.
Yeah,
They just enhanced on it.
facts.
We invented the slave trade.
That's crazy. I didn't think we did it.
Yeah. We did it.
I didn't think that we did it.
We did it.
I thought we just played along with it.
No, we did it.
That's crazy.
It was an economy.
Mm.
They think it's no different. It doesn't matter. It's like us saying, look, tell y'all what, let's go downtown and round up all the crackheads and trade them off for money. Not realizing, hold on, those are your people you're doing it to,
Right.
whether you like them or not. That kind of momentum can get out of hand. What if it's just too many of them that they capture? What if they just start saying we all crackheads? And that kind of thing created the world we got today. They're not going to give us the respect that we think we deserve because in their mind, we nothing but freed slaves. And we haven't been free long enough. We haven't been free as long as they enslaved us. We was in slavery for 400 years. We have not been free for 400 years.
Mm.
So we have time. We got work to do. We got ground to cover. You understand? We have growing to do. That go take. People have to be willing. People always saying now is the time. Now is the time to begin. The beginning. Once you start something, then you can nurture it and grow it. And you have to be willing to put it on, like you said. It's got to go from generation to generation. This change is going. We might not never see it.
Oh yeah. I'm not tripping on that.
It might come later on.
Facts. And that's something, like I said, we have to sacrifice for our children at the end of the day. I think people just do it for self. They do everything for self right now.
Yes.
And I just don't feel like, I'm not about to stress myself trying to tell people something that they don't want to hear. I just do it for the kids, for the people that want to get the information.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So leading on to the next question, how important is it for you to support other black businesses?
Very important to support them, but more so to educate and pass knowledge on. That's more important than, I'm not going to say it's more important, but it's part of the importance of supporting a business, especially from another business person. Okay? I can offer them information. We can exchange information. And a lot of times, that's what hurts. That's what hurts a new starting business or business period, because people are misunderstanding what business is about. Business is a world where you have a chance to practice your creativity.
Yes, sir.
And the black community lacks that. That's why we all open restaurants and bars. You understand? Because we never was taught the world of business. Being freed from a slave and just released out here. Now, at first we was okay doing segregation. They on this side, we on that side. So whatever we needed, we had to create it. You know, if we didn't have meat, then somebody got to be a butcher. If we didn't have swords or metal or steel, then someone had to turn into a blacksmith. All of that's dead now. Everything is all niche, all cliche, all trends. I'm gonna open up a club. Well, I'm gonna open me up a club. Well, so am I.
Yeah.
Me too.
And
So
we got a million other things that we could be doing.
We have a million other things that we could be doing. Where's the science at?
Oh yeah, most important for real.
You understand? Where's that? We need that.
Even down to the HBCUs, I see they trying to close a lot of them, and they're trying to infuse other races in them to take control over the HBCUs.
Right.
Yeah, because I used to be out in Howard all the time, and I just used to admire, like, man, maybe one day I'm gonna go to school here. You know?
Right. Howard, yeah, no, that's a popular college going up and down the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends from New York would want to go to Howard.
Diddy, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard is very monumental.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, what differentiates this store from other markets, which are competitors, basically, like the Walmarts, HEBs, Targets? What makes this store different than those stores?
One of the things that make this store different is it's a boutique style store.
Mm-hmm.
My concept with the store that makes it different is if you go right now and let's just say you want to buy a car, right? You want to buy a car. When you get there, there's a sales rep that educates you on this car, put you in the car, test drive the car, which you tell you about the engine, all the little buttons, whistles, and everything, right? When you go and buy clothes, maybe it's a guy that can show you the latest fashion. When you go anywhere pretty much to buy things, there's someone there to educate you about what they want you to spend your money on. But for some reason or another, if you go to Walmart, there's no one to educate you on anything.
At all.
They just got things that's just popping out in front of you that they want you to just on your own buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you come here, I can educate you on what you're going to buy.
Just like how you was explaining to me with the oxtails when I asked you the question, why is it so brown?
Right.
You know, versus the red that we're usually used to seeing.
In the stores.
Most definitely.
Right.
So yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Right. That separates the store because see, no matter what you buy, food is the most important thing you buy because it go in your mouth. You can't put a car in your mouth.
No.
You can't put no house in your mouth.
Right.
But the things you put in your mouth determine how you think, how you feel, how you sleep, how you deal with everything.
That's
You
why a
understand?
homeless man could be under a bridge and still stay alive, but he needs some food.
He needs some food to eat, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
He don't need nothing else
Right.
but that food and that
The
water.
food and water. He's gonna need it. Food is very important to the humans.
Yeah.
For sure, to us humans, rather. Yeah.
So, just doing this whole black thing, like I've been doing this for a long time.
Y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Freak. Thank you for tuning in to Trap House Booming 24/7. And you see what's going on, man. Mo gutter from head to toe. You feel what I'm saying? We got the hats right here. We got the hoodies. We got the track pants. You feel what I'm saying? We got them on display. We got all type of flavors for you. You can get that at mogutter.com. The link and descriptions are on below. mogutter.com. MOGUDAH. You did.
One complaint I get from black people, they say, well, black people don't have good customer service.
Yes.
Every time they go around, they get treated bad or something like that. See, that's why I don't support black businesses right there.
Right.
Well, when I came in here, I didn't get that.
No.
I
you're
got
not gonna get
awesome
that here.
customer service.
Yes,
you know what I'm
you-
saying? So in my mind, it's just like, well, it's true. I do go to some black businesses and they have terrible customer service.
Yes.
But it's just like, go to the next black business. You know what
All
I'm
of
saying?
them are not like that. You can
Exactly.
go into a white business, they treat you bad.
But they don't never say nothing about. You can go on YouTube right now. Waffle House, they in there fighting, throwing.
Yeah.
Waffle House employees throwing stuff at the workers and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, when that happens, I don't see nobody boycotting or saying, well, we're not
Don't
going
go
to go
support
to.
Waffle House because
Exactly.
they don't treat you right.
Exactly. So that's
Customer
basically
service is a big deal here.
to you, right?
Yeah, because when you come in here, the feel I want you to have is like, man, it's like I know these people forever.
Right.
Makes you want to come back.
Mhm.
Makes you feel welcome. Somebody come to the door, I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you been?
Right.
And they like, I've been good. You know, like we knew each other. That's the way I like to treat people when they come in here. And whoever else you come in here, that's how they're going to be taught how to treat people.
Do you have employees?
I have like volunteers.
Volunteers.
For now, yes.
I like that. Most definitely. So when as your business is growing, what do you look for employees? Like what type of characteristics or anything that you look for
The
employees?
main thing is attitude.
Attitude for
Right.
sure.
Anything else I could teach you myself.
Yes, sir.
But I can't teach a person their attitude. You know, that's
Yes,
the
sir.
worst thing to give someone is your attitude. Do not give that to anyone. That's for you. It's your attitude.
Yes, sir.
You have it with yourself, not with other people. We'll bring that in here because people come in here with certain expectations that we don't know. You know what I mean? So we have to be an open pool for them just to jump in, and we cater to them. You know, that's what I want to be here for, to cater to people. The person that's real tedious and frustrated. You know what I mean? Maybe they need some love.
Right.
Give them that thing. You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing today? I hope you feel better. Maybe you're not having, talk to them. You know, so attitude will stop you from doing that. You know, I don't talk to them. I ain't even gonna spend nothing anyway. You
Right.
know, doesn't matter if they don't spend it. If people come through here, they don't have to spend anything because who knows what they came here for? They might be looking for something. Might be something inside of you that they need. I look at this place as like a recharge station. You could come here and recharge yourself from the inside out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And another thing that I want to explain is, just because we saying support black businesses doesn't mean you can't support with other races or love other races. We're not saying we hate other races or any of that. We just trying to have pride within ourselves. And I just feel like you feel the same way.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's not about, I have white people that come here and shop with me.
Right.
But what it's about is creating a better version of us. This is our country too. We live here. We live in America.
Right.
So we have to do our part to make this place better as well.
Yes, sir.
Because this is where we live. This is where we eat. This is where we sleep. This is where we having our children and raising them. So we have to do our part to make this country better too.
Yes, sir.
And that's all that when I say black pride or anything, it's about us coming together and doing our part here. So we can have a part of what's going on here.
Yes, sir. How would you describe your company's success so far since you opened up?
It's growing.
It's growing for
Yes, for sure. It's not going down, it's going up.
sure. I like to hear that.
Yeah, it's
I
going
love
up.
to hear that.
It's going up.
What's your overall goal when it's all said and done? What's your overall goal for this place?
Overall goal is already being set in motion. Okay? It's already being put in place. My overall goal is to do something similar that Coca-Cola did. Coca-Cola realized that, man, we got a product here, we got a niche. We're about to get rich, right? So what they did, right? Of course, when you go in business, it's always about capital, always about money.
Facts.
So what they did is they turned to their community, made their community be all their shareholders. You understand? All the shareholders in them are billionaires now. My goal for this store is to create generational wealth, not just with the food, not just with money, but with food sources, where we have a part in America where supplying food here, and we also create riches for ourselves. I'm gonna make all the black community or whoever else could be a part of this market. You can buy shares. I'm gonna open it up to the public, and that's already being made done. You can just go online and click a button, have shares, and pass it on to your grandkids if you want. And as the money comes in, you keep opening up more stores. You shop where you own.
Yeah.
You understand? See
Yeah.
how you came in here and shopped today?
Yeah.
If you a shareholder, you know when you come in here, this is part of your store.
Facts.
So you can tell the person at the cash register, you need to fix your attitude. You own this place.
Yeah.
You're a part owner of it. You're part of something.
Right.
You can pass it on to another generation. They feel like they are too. They got the shares. They hold it. And they worth money.
Yeah.
That's my goal. That is the ultimate level of this store.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. Yeah, because I was watching an interview, some guy named Vlad, and he was just explaining, like, why do we buy Jordans and Nikes but don't own any shares of Jordans and Nikes? Like, you need to get into that, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to pay for it, at least let it be paying you back.
There you go.
And that just stuck in my head, man. I really want to dive into, like, just owning stocks,
So, right.
you know what I'm saying, and bonds and stuff like that.
That's how it goes.
Yes, sir.
In this case, when I make a public offering of my private company, that's like you catching me at the beginning before I even have stocks to offer on a public platform like the stock exchange.
Yes, sir.
So if you get in at that point, and then I do go public, when I go public, all those shares that I've been issuing out to people it just blows up. and I'll get a chance to make so many people rich.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It'll
Yes,
just
sir.
be another historical moment. Like I was the first black guy, to do that.
Mhm.
But a lot of people come up with these ideas, even the big time black people that's rich. Nothing's being done to share the wealth. They just give you slick talk. Let's get it. Can you come on my podcast? They'll get one of the big time tycoon black guys that's gonna come and kick some, excuse my language, some BS with you.
Mhm.
Make your next move, be your best move. And like that's how he got rich. You feel
Right.
me? They'll
Mhm.
tell you slick stuff. That's not what people want to hear from these guys.
Right.
They trying to figure out, man, can you help us get where you are? Now, granted, everybody not meant to go up there, but there are some people who can get up there if they get help,
Right.
and that won't help. You gotta create things like, I hate to make it a black and white thing, but that's what the white people do.
Right.
When they got something that's big, they get a group of their own people together,
Mhm.
and they all get rich.
Facts.
We don't do that.
Mhm.
When we get rich, we want to get rich to be able to tell the other dude he not.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that.
Come pull up in the hood, with his Rolls Royce and everything. Like, man, y'all just keep your head up, all right?
Dick Gregory
Come on,
said
man.
that's the stupidest thing that we do. That's one of the stupidest things that we do. Like you just said, that Rolls Royce in the hood.
Yeah,
Even Waka Flocka, I just seen an interview with him saying like he had all of that,
right.
but he didn't feel rich for
Accomplished.
real. Yeah,
No.
he didn't feel accomplished.
No.
He said having that store on that block, that's what's gonna make him feel
There you
accomplished.
go.
Making other kids see what he's doing and being inspired by that.
That's right.
So most definitely, I definitely
We
hear
have
you
to
on
break
that.
these trends, man.
Man, for
That's
real.
being set for us, not by us.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
We need to break that. You have to
Even,
do that.
even down to the clothes. Like I told my friend, man, I'm about to start wearing FUBU again. And he was like, don't nobody want to wear that trash.
Right.
But when it came to Gucci, oh yeah, you got to get that Gucci.
Yeah, because it's trending.
I
It's a trending fashion.
don't know, man. I don't
Couture
know.
wear, they call it. Like it just gives you a status quo in society.
Right.
But we don't have no business doing that. Because we could buy those things that they selling and have it just like them. They're never gonna look at us like that.
Right.
Even if we have all the rich stuff on, they're
Right.
never gonna see us as that. They only see us as a freed slave.
Right.
Because that's what we are.
Yeah, most definitely.
We freed slaves, whether we like that or not. You could go buy all the Gucci you want. When you get in front of this guy, he's gonna see you as a freed slave, whether he say it out loud or not.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Am I saying it right?
I think so. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa?
I think so. Whatever, one of the two.
Black Wall Street.
Okay, I've
That's
been hearing
another-
about this.
That's another fear that a lot of black people, when I talk to them, that they have. They're like, so what's going to happen when we do start supporting each other? They're just going to come back down and crush it all up
right.
and destroy our pride once again. So I feel like that's another thing, another excuse
Right.
that people have to why they won't go and support a black business. How do you feel about that?
You can't let those type of things stop you because white people have the same burden as we do. They could build something, and somebody from another country could come tear it up.
Right.
But they still do it and just do whatever they can think of to protect what they do.
Yes, sir.
But we do the same thing. We build what we have, and now that we're smarter, we come up with better ways to protect what we grow. You can't stop, though. To give up on ourselves is like failure. You accepting
Facts.
failure.
Yep.
Quitting and failure is the same thing. Once you quit at something, then you just fail. You're a failure. And it comes out in everything else you do. So in my mind, the best thing for us to do is just to keep sticking together. Because when these questions come up that need to be solved, at least we together and we can figure it out.
Right.
How are we going to figure it out if we never come together?
Right.
Like when is the meeting of the mind ever supposed to take place? It'll never happen if we don't come together. Even if it's like, you don't like that guy over there, but man, he's like you. He's one of you.
Right.
Still go support him.
Mhm.
He's just one of the bad ones. So what? He's still one of us.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. In New York, I grew up with the Jews.
Mm.
That's something to see. They don't care if the Jew is bad or good. He's a Jew. You're taking him in. Period. They don't care. They stick together under all circumstances.
And they deal with their criminals
on their own.
according to how they
On
deal
their
with
own.
them. Right.
Right. according to their laws, according to how they see fit. You know what I mean? The Jews get together with their resources, and that's what makes them so powerful.
Facts.
They walk around buying everything. They own on the side where they live. And then you go a few blocks over is the hood. They own all of that too. They own both sides. Both sides.
And that's what I be trying to tell some of my friends when they be repping these neighborhoods. It's like, you're really repping somebody else's family.
That's not your neighborhood.
It's not your neighborhood.
How you know it's not your neighborhood? You don't own anything.
Exactly.
They
Your
can
mom
come
is
and kick
paying
you out.
rent.
So how is that your hood?
Right.
You don't own anything there, brother. You don't own nothing there, but you saying that that's where you represent where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
You represent the wrong thing.
Right.
You don't own nothing. At least you own yourself. Start off representing you then.
Yeah. I see a lot of black products around here,
Okay?
and that's one thing that I like about that too. I see Les Brown, his books.
Yeah.
I see the Prince beat Jay Prince to be exact, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I watched a lot
Beyond
of his
Meat. Beyond Meat, that's black.
Beyond Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The vegan company.
Oh yeah, go ahead and shout out some more companies. You know what I'm saying?
I have Bel Air here with Rick Ross.
Okay. Does he own that,
Yeah,
or
he's part owner. of it.
part owner of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oye Coffee, guy
Mm.
from Tennessee, African guy. I have products out of the Caribbean, which some people crazy to think they're not black, but they are. I have the Spice Jamaica right there. I have Brown's Cuisine.
I picked
Just
up
to
some
name
of
a
those.
few. Yeah.
Even down to the water, right?
The water, that's black owned water from Alabama.
Facts.
The black vendors go up and down. I'm about to bring in some more. But for the most part, the things that black people really just don't make, which we don't make a lot. We don't make a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the black guys to make some ketchup.
Ketchup.
Where's the black guy that make mustard, mayonnaise?
Wow.
They non-existent.
And that's what you mean right there by we can do something else
Other than the club,
a
and
club.
or rapping.
Y'all hear that? For
You don't
sure.
have to be a rapper. You don't have to do those things. You can use and live off your brain. The brain is the most powerful thing on the planet. How you know? Let me tell you how you know that. Everything on the planet comes from our mind.
Exactly.
So that's how you know how powerful it is. You don't have to do what no one else did.
Don't limit yourself.
No, absolutely not. See, when you go in business, people have to really understand what that means. We meet the demands of people when you're a businessman. When you classify yourself as a business person, that is business. Getting people what they need.
Man, you messing with my brain right now because one of my goals is to have farmland
Okay?
and to just grow a lot of stuff that come from the earth, whether it's tomatoes or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to learn, especially as I get older,
Yes, sir.
I just want to have land
Where you
and just
can eat.
grow, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that makes sense.
Because I watched my grandmother from young. Back then, I didn't know the power of that. But as I get older, I understand the power of. She used to grow pepper. She used to grow tomatoes, and I'm just
But
like,
you can eat off the earth.
exactly.
Yes, sir.
And it's so amazing to me now that I'm getting older, and it's like, man, we really could do this by ourselves.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. It's not a.
Y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Freak. Thank you for tuning in to Trap House Booming 24/7. And you see what's going on, man. Mo Gutter from head to toe. You feel what I'm saying? We got the hats right here. We got the hoodies. We got the track pants. You feel what I'm saying? We got them on display. We got all type of flavors for you. You can get that at mogutter.com. The link and descriptions are on below. mogutter.com. MOGUDAH. You did.
Even, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's not impossible.
Even being from Africa, like I've been there twice in my life. You can just go up to the tree, boom, get the fruit, eat it.
Right.
It's like I don't really see that out here.
No,
For
you
real.
won't see that. No way, nah, you won't see that.
Okay. Do you feel like you have influence on others?
Apparently, I do. You know,
Okay.
I didn't know I did. You know, because I'm so got my head buried in this thing to make it work. And for me doing that, I'm finding out that people telling me I inspire them in different
Man,
ways.
especially me too. You inspire me as well.
Thank you.
Just having this place gives me pride. Like, yeah, we could do something.
Yes. And that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to represent.
People want to be a boss, right?
Okay.
But they don't understand that there's power in being a worker and climbing up those ranks to become a boss. I just feel like people want to skip the process.
That's
how
the problem.
how important is it to go through that process?
Man, if you don't go through it, then you fail.
Yes, sir.
Trying to figure out how to get around it is what causes the failure. This is my business. I do 90% of the work. You understand?
Yes,
Because how can you train somebody to do something if you don't know how?
Right.
So if it's a business that you're doing just say to flip money, then you think that way. But if it's a business you're trying to grow, you don't put the seed in the ground and it needs to be tended to, then you're gonna get out there and get it yourself until these other people show up that you need. Other than that, then you are that person. You have to go the extra mile in business because most people think when you go and you get the LLC, that's 90% of the business. They can go around and say, I'm in business now.
Right.
Okay, that ain't even the beginning of it.
I'm guilty.
You understand? Yeah, okay, that's all right though. Because that's how you learn.
Yeah,
because
that's
you'll end up
definitely
going
how you-
out of business.
Yeah.
And when you go out, you learn.
Yeah.
It's all about learning, man.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Business, you must get to, before you go into business, you find out what is the process. Not how, when I go in business, I'm gonna blow this business up tomorrow. I'm gonna figure out how to make it quick. You gotta get in line, man, and wait your turn. There's other people that slept in cars and stuff to make their business grow, and you just gonna think of something in your house while you relaxing in the cool AC, and this guy's walking the streets, sleeping in the car, missing meals. That guy's gonna move ahead of you.
Tyler Perry.
You're too hungry. He ready to sacrifice whatever. This person want to do what I call straddle the fence. They know over there is where the success is at, right? But it's fire you got to walk through to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So what they want to do is see if they can just straddle the fence and reach over there and just pick what they want while they be comfortable. While I'm in here busting my ass.
Right.
Hell no.
Pursuit of happiness.
You got it right. It's the same story. Everything takes that process.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what the problem is. A lot of people that are successful are not telling the true stories.
Mm.
What they really went through to get there.
Right.
A lot of them make it, oh man, I've been on. You talk to a guy that's hustling in the street, oh man, nigga been getting since I've been a kid, you just lying. You know what I mean? If you a hustler, then you miss meals.
Yeah.
You ate syrup sandwiches, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You went a few days and didn't eat. You know, embrace those moments with
Mhm.
business. Because that's what determines one business from another. You understand who gonna make it and who not? Who got the due diligence? Who's willing to go the extra mile? And that's part of that process you're talking about.
Just I know a lot of these things, but you just speaking it right now, it's giving me power. You know,
Yeah.
it's giving me strength right now.
Right.
And I just love those words, man, for real.
You have to be willing to take your business from step 1 to step 2.
Yeah.
Not from step 1 to step 5. Don't skip the process. Go through it. That is faster. Because when you skip it, then you got to come back. You understand? Step 1. You might open your business. It's a brick and mortar. You get one customer a week. That's the beginning for you.
Mm.
Can you fix it?
Yeah. Can you fix it? Ooh, I like that.
Can you fix that?
it? Yeah.
How do you get from 1 to 2 customers? From 2 to 3. 3 to 4. Work through that. Person be like, oh, it ain't for me.
I'm glad you said that. So when things don't go your way and you're having a difficult time, you're just stressing out, how do you cope? How do you break that?
Let me tell you something. It's like being a kid playing with toys. It's just like this. When I was a kid, one of my favorite toys was G.I. Joe.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
Yeah.
All right, so
The
I
dollar
would go sometime from okay, yeah. Go get G.I. Joe men, the cartoons and stuff. I had tanks and all kind of Jeeps and stuff to put them in. So I wanted to play with my toys with another friend. He had G.I. Joe. But he was telling me his G.I. Joe better than mine. I told him, man, he had no. So we would play. Man, when it looked like he beating me with his G.I. Joe with a game we play, I'll just get creative. I use my imagination. I'll make my tank fly. You feel me? And drop. He said, man, tanks don't fly. I said, well, mines do. And he's like, man, that's cheating. No, it's not. It's never cheating to use your imagination.
Right.
So when you're in business and your back get pressed up against the wall, use your imagination if you have one.
Mm.
And most people, their imagination has been put to sleep.
Man.
You have to imagine things. Business is nothing but an imagination.
Yes.
Think about it. Somebody said, man, I'm going to make a car that roll on rubber.
And they probably laughed at him like, you are
Roll on rubber?
crazy.
Man, you done lost your damn mind.
Right.
How's that heavy car going to ride on rubber?
Right.
Business and success belong to dreamers
Mm.
only. You understand?
Yes, sir.
The educated, some of the educated fools are only workers. It's the people with imagination that get a chance to excel in business. What is your imagination? Whatever you can imagine. If you don't have one, guess what I will tell you? You are not for business.
Right. It makes a lot of sense.
You gotta have an imagination.
Yeah, because I daydream a lot.
You gotta have one.
People think I'm crazy. I talk to myself a lot.
Don't pay that no mind. Whatever inspires you, you do it. Walk in the park and talk to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I talk to myself.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that, because you have. They call it reasoning. You know, consciousness. You know, it's a form. Talking to yourself to me is a form of meditation. Because if you talk to yourself in your mind, you have to answer. So if you say to yourself, "Why you do that?" You got to think about that.
Yes,
Because
sir.
now you asking yourself. It's not like I'm asking you. You asking yourself. You got to answer that. Most people don't like to talk to themselves because they don't want to give the answers. That's why people think that that's crazy to talk to yourself, because they don't want to give the answer.
I think if you don't talk to yourself, you're crazy.
I think so too. Yeah, because see, once you tell yourself the truth, you got to do something about it.
Right.
If you don't never talk to yourself and tell yourself the truth, yo, you fucking up.
Yeah.
Afri. That what you did to that guy, that was wrong.
Yeah.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
If you tell yourself that, like for real, then you got to fix that. But if you don't tell yourself that, you don't have to fix
Most definitely.
it.
So,
Okay.
I really do appreciate you for giving me your time.
Yes, sir.
This is a special place to me. I felt like I was at home,
That's good.
and giving me this interview, you did a good 45 minutes. So I really do appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
You will be seeing my face more often.
Thanks for
again
shopping
and again
with
and
me,
again.
man.
Make sure y'all come down here at District Market Green Grocery.
Yes, sir.
And did I ask you, how did you come up with that name?
Yes.
Okay, most definitely.
Yes.
So, appreciate you. Y'all have Trap House Booming 24/7. Oh. Also do what? We're going to have to pause this part.
You can also use your EBT and stuff like that.
Oh,
People know.
yes.
Cool. All right. So, basically, is cash money the only form of payment that you could use in your store?
No, we take credit card, we take Apple Pay,
Okay.
Google Pay, and we also take EBT.
Oh, my. EBT?
EBT. Yes. Anything from any state, anything to do with the USDA, we take it.
No excuses, y'all. No excuses. Make sure y'all come down here and support black-owned business. Feel what I'm saying? And what is the address to this place?
3337 Cypress Creek Parkway. That's Houston, Texas, 77068.
Most definitely. Do you plan on expanding different states, different countries?
Yes, yes. That's what that thing I was telling you about when I'm going to make my store have shares available to the public, is to raise money to go off into the food deserts,
Most definitely.
which is poverty-stricken areas mostly.
Mm.
That's my focus, to bring this to them.
And what do you give back to the community? That's another question I
I
want.
give back, I keep events here where people could come and eat for free. I'll let them come. I'll let some community leaders, college fraternities, they come and offer people knowledge on voting, health checks. Basically, the way I give back to the community is by letting this place be a place that they could come to and get all their needs. I have doctors that come through here. Maybe they can check their blood pressure or anything.
Was there anything that you wanted me to say? Okay. Nice to meet you, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
Man, may your business have all the success in the world,
Man,
man.
thanks,
I
brother.
pray for that, you know?
Thank you.
Definitely. Trap House Booming 24/7. You dig?